Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking some ways to know who has really high vibrations. It's really important. High vibrations. It's really important to know people that are around you that have really high vibrations, and maybe it's new love in your life, maybe it's a new friend in your life, maybe it's a new partner in your life. Maybe it's a new business partner in your life. Maybe it's something else. But to really know how someone else has really good high vibrations. And I will tell you that they may not have 100% of these, but I guarantee you they have a lot of these qualities. So let's talk about them. Our number one is they always have goals. Constantly. They have goals, and sometimes they have goals that are just, like a few hours old to a few weeks old, or kind of what's coming up next. They constantly have more and more and more and more goals. And I guarantee you, they usually have some really long-term goals. Like, I would like to see my company making this much money in this time frame. I would like to be here. I would like to have so many likes or visits or, people following me or whatever it is. They have some long-term goals, and I will tell you that they are constantly working towards that. They are constantly aligning their goals with their life purpose. It's kind of like their life purpose is out there, and their life goals are kind of getting them towards that, and so they're constantly moving in that direction. So let's pull some angel cards and get us a little bit more insight into all things people high vibration wise. So I will say the first card coming forward is listening. If you listen to them, they will tell you their goals. They love their goals so much, they constantly are reinforcing them to themselves. And I guarantee just listening to them may not be enough. If you walk around their house or their office or their space, they're going to have a list of their goals listed somewhere. They're going to have pictures or images or words or verbiage or something. They are going to be showing you, telling you, and everything. It's huge signs that you have someone who has a very high vibration. That's really important to kind of know that they have that really high vibration, that kind of inner glow of just kind of like, I know where I'm going. So number two is really high intuition. I guarantee you, people that really listen to their intuition kind of can seem a little odd at first when you're not used to it. But it's one of those, it's amazing, because they will tell you, like, I really feel like we need to stop at this store. I really feel like we need to eat at this restaurant. This one's better than that restaurant, or whatever it is. They're going to be pulling in those intuition, that guidance from their angels and guides of kind of like where to go, what to do, who to talk to. Like, all of a sudden they'll be like, I feel like I need to go talk to this person, and they'll walk up to the person and carry on a conversation. You're just like, oh my gosh. They're constantly in their intuition energy of like, this gut feeling is telling me where I want to go. So that's kind of the cool part about it. And I will tell you that that's kind of the interesting phase about it, of kind of like, where are they moving into? What are they going into next? And I guarantee you, they have a lot of ideas of where they want to go. So our next card is ideas and inspiration. This is all about intuition. They are constantly getting new ideas and inspiration of where to go, who to talk to, where to kind of get the information from. They're in constant action of doing this. Not that they don't take time off or anything else. They take downtime, but I guarantee you they're always kind of working on that next thing, that next big, where do we go? Number three is creativity is ultimately high with these people. They are constantly kind of creating solutions, kind of finding different ways to figure things out. Kind of like, how can I get this from a different angle? How can I do this? And some of them really are super creative. Some of them are artists or painters, wood carvers, artists, kind of like love to sing and dance, and they create, or they love singing songs. They love creating things. And so I think that's one of the things, is that they love the creative process, and that just kind of like motivates them and pushes them in some different areas. And so that's really important to know, of kind of like, where are we going with this information? Where are we, I'm saying, kind of like, where is this information coming from? And I guarantee you, it's usually their angels and guides that are kind of directing them in this energy, in this creative energy. This one is coming through right here. Signs. Creativity or signs, kind of like they are always in this creative energy. They're always looking for that next thing to create, the next thing to kind of catch their eye, the next shiny thing to look at. They're constantly doing that. And that's the really cool part, is that they're in constant motion, or a constant kind of like, I'm trying to create something different or new, and not just getting someone else's idea and making it my own. It's like, I want to be the person making the new stuff. I want to be the person making the creativity. I want that to be that energy. So that is a really good one. Number 4 is they are magnetically drawn to other people. They will be drawn to people for different reasons. And sometimes it's kind of like interesting to watch them kind of do that, of kind of like, ooh, they're being drawn to this person. And when they talk to them, it's kind of like they're long lost best friends. Like, what is up with you? And how do we do this? And how do we create this? And they're also drawing in with their magnetic energy, kind of like other people into their high vibration. So that is a really fun one for them, as well as kind of like helping that person find their own high energy. 4, they are always trusting their own energy, of kind of like who's being drawn into them, and kind of like seeking other people's energy. I want to be in your energy. Maybe your energy can teach me something, or kind of help me think about things differently. So that's kind of like the interesting part. It's always kind of like that interesting energy, and just trusting what they're getting. They kind of are always looking for that next thing to look into, or to kind of to find out more information about. That's kind of the interesting part. Number 5 is they are very reliable. When they give you their word about something, they're going to do it. It's one of those, they are going to be like, when they make a promise, they are going to stick to it. They are not going to be kind of like half-hearted. I guarantee you, if they have to reschedule with you, there's a good reason for it. And I usually tell you that they're usually very apologetic for it, because they usually have really good look on their calendar as well. So I guarantee you, if they have to be there for something, they're going to be reliable, a person of their word. They're going to stand up and really be there as much as they possibly can for other people. And that's the fun part. Reliable. New beginnings. I will say, whenever they start out trying to be very reliable, it takes some time. It's not easy to turn over a new leaf, but I guarantee once they really start down that path, it's kind of addictive. Like, I'm a person of my word. I gave so-and-so my word that I'm going to do this or do that or take care of this. And that's the really cool part, because it's like, wow, I get to really show this off. I get to really show off who I am on the inside for being there where I said I was going to be, and kind of being in that energy. That's the really fun part. So the romance, they really do fall in love with themselves as they become more and more reliable. Like, people before may not have been able to rely on me for things, but now I can say my word is my word. And it's my promise that I'm going to be there. And so I will say that's kind of the fun part. And it's almost like they're falling in love with themselves, of like, I want to be the best person I can be, the best human being that I possibly can. Number 6 is they have a good spiritual routine. And this is kind of an interesting one. And it doesn't mean that they meditate all day long or anything like that. They have a really high spiritual routine of possibly meditation or prayer, breath work, kind of anything that they can do to keep their energy high, to keep their energy on that higher level. They're going to do it. They are going to kind of really amplify their high energy all the time. And I guarantee you, when you do that, you're really reconnecting back to your source energy or your creator energy all the time. This one is literally popping forward, so let's do this one. Dreams. I will tell you that one of the spiritual routines that I do is I keep track of my dreams. I really have some amazing dreams at times, some that you kind of like, what does that mean? But I guarantee I keep track of them, because it's very interesting what dreams are coming through. And to me, I know it's information from my angels and guides, things that I'm personally working through, or things that are about to happen in my world. And they're just letting me know, like, hey, here's a little heads up for you. So that's really interesting. I love that part. Number 7 is compassion. They have such overwhelming compassion and empathy for other people. It's one of those, they show love for other people, devotion to other people, and they are really kind of like bringing that empathy to a new level and kind of being like a sounding board for others. They're not going to hold on to the energy, but they're going to allow you to sound it out. And if required, they're going to call you on something of going like, okay, maybe this isn't exactly where you needed to be or what you really needed to do, but this is the part that you really needed to hear. This is what was really going on. And when you really listen to that empathy, that compassion energy, it's going to really work for you. Serenity. It brings you a lot of peace when you're really compassionate with other people. It not only brings peace to yourself, but it brings peace and compassion and serenity to the other person, to be actually heard. Because so many times people really don't listen. They're kind of like only listening so that they could be part of what's going on, or part of like, now I can say something else. But when you really listen with a lot of serenity and peace in your heart, it really is holding energy for the other person.